Welcome to Are We Old? The show featuring two comedians getting nostalgic and tackling life's toughest question. Are we old? Here's your hosts, Mike Fenoya and Charles McBee.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Are We Old podcast. I'm Mike Fenoya.
And I'm Charles McBee. What up, man?
Hey, Bubba. And this is the podcast where we get nostalgic and we answer that question, are we old? And you guys can follow us at Are We Old everywhere and go like and subscribe and share. And we have areweoldpodcast@gmail.com where you can send us your thoughts, send us your questions, and we're answering them. We've got a bunch of great ones. And we are at patreon.com/Are We Old podcast as well. So join the hang, you old-headed motherfuckers.
Yeah, man, I'm really enjoying everybody that's been sending us emails and stuff like that and just letting us know that we are not alone. We are not alone.
We are all so old. We all have nose hairs that we don't like. And shout out to our producer, Mike, for just killing it on the socials. Thank you, Mike. And you guys keep commenting. We're having such a fun time watching you guys chat it up over there. Charles,
yo,
I have an Are We Old? Am I old? Is this just me? Can you please tell me it's not? I'm starting to, well, let me put it this way. I'm making noise when I sit and when I stand and when I lift things and when I lean down to even it doesn't matter. If I'm moving from position A to some other non-standing up position, or if I'm lifting something, I don't know what it is, dude. I can't not make a noise anymore. I'm just making grunts and sounds and is it my soul leaving my body? Is that a muscle I need now to complete tasks that are below my equator? What the hell's going on?
We have a thing, Black people that grew up going to church and stuff like that. We would hear our grandmothers and our parents do this. We would just call on God. They just call the Lord's name whenever they get up, get out, make a move. So instead of a grunt, it would be like, oh Lord, oh Lord have mercy, oh God, oh God, Father God, oh Lord, oh. But it's the same type of thing.
That's why so many prayers go unanswered, because God can't hear them over all of the oh lords.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things. I think it's a two-parter. I think it is a natural progression, but I think it's also inherited from things that we saw older relatives do, and it's just kind of ingrained in us that this is what we do now. And it's warranted, because I will wake up from a nap and be like, why is my back tight? Who kicked me in my lower back when I was asleep?
Did I dream box and not remember?
What is happening? Or just or you get up and it's just, I think it just comes out of you. It's just it's what it is.
I mean, it's these sit down moments where earlier, I'm still in the packing and unpacking and all of that stuff of the move, which I had to tell myself, I'm not 20 something years old anymore. I'm a 45-year-old man, lugging boxes up and down flights of stairs. And I feel great, knock on wood. But I mean, at the end of the day, I sat next to my dog on the couch and I woke her up with a from descent, from bend to plop. I just made this long and she just looked at me like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And my wife was cracking up. She's like, are you all right? And I'm like, I think I literally just it's like when a tree bends when the wind blows, and it's just how long till this thing snaps at the trunk and just plops, dude?
Can I add something? I think it's also, and I've earned this moment as well. It's it's kind of you get to a certain age where you're I've earned this grunt right here.
Yes, true. Yes, you're right.
The
You're right.
rite of passage, you know?
Yes, it's your body going like, let it all out. Like,
Yeah.
end this, put a period on this sentence of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go,
Yep.
and then you kind of just go, oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's this thing I'm trying to be aware of as it happens, where why do I have to make a noise when I lift a box? Like, why did I, like, I'd go, whoop, and it's like, can I do it without? But I'm now nervous that like my back's that sound is gonna go, that oxygen I'm not letting out is gonna go into my spine and push a disc or something. And I just need to make these noises now.
Yeah, you gotta embrace it. It's setting it up for what's to come, you know? It's like, all right, here we go.
So let me ask you this. If I'm gonna embrace this noise making, is it okay to make it fun? Like, do I have to, like how you're at church, you guys will go, oh Lord. Like, can I just say
at church? We do it it's in the living room.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it's not at church. No, this is you're in the kitchen, wherever. And you're just like, oh, you sit down and it's just like, oh, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Oh. Woo. All right.
So maybe I'll call out the devil when I do it. Maybe like, hey, Satan down in hell. Oh.
Whatever floats your boat.
I'll just yell shit out, dude. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. What I'd like to know from our listeners and viewers, areweoldpodcast@gmail.com. When are you guys making noises that you don't want to make anymore? And what do they sound like?
Are you guys calling out any particular names or any particular sounds? Let us know.
It'd be funny if people were just like, oh, Susan Sarandon. Yes. Just old favorites.
Like what?
Like Snoopy and Woodstock. Fuck. Get up.
Oh, God.
Charles, we are in February, which is Valentine's Day, and one of my favorite days as a football fan. It's football Christmas, the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Are you a big football guy? Not really, huh?
Not really. I mean, but I watch. It's more like a family affair. Like when I'm home, we're all watching the game.
Yeah.
When Ohio's playing, like Ohio State's playing, I'm watching the game, stuff like that. But I'm not like looking at stats and going, I can't believe, I'm not like particularly bummed if my favorite player doesn't, score as many touchdowns or run as many yards. But yeah. I watch the fun.
Super Bowl as a kid, football aside, the snacks and the food on a Super Bowl party. Dude, it was almost like you kind of like not slummed it, but you kind of like, it was like a poor Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. Cause it was an abundance of stuff to eat, but it was like little hot dogs that you microwave in like crusty ass gross croissant buns. Like it wasn't good food.
Bro, I was gonna say, can I give you something that chaps my ass?
Give it to me. Yeah.
Enough. You freaking grown up jackasses out there with the catered Super Bowl schmuzzy. I'm an adult. We're serving filet, sushi. What are you doing?
Yep.
Get a big bowl of Lay's potato chips, some pizzas,
sour cream and onion dip,
some wings, and sodas or beer, and get it popping. What is this?
Yeah,
charcuterie. I'll charcuterie you.
Wow, dude, Grandpa McBee just came out, dude. I'll charcuterie you. What the fuck? That's great. Holy shit, I've never seen you so angry about.
Have you been to one? I don't know if it's a New York thing. It's but it's like you go to somebody invites you over to the Super Bowl party, and it's just like it's very grown up and catered and neat and clean.
No. Here's what I like at a Super Bowl party. Okay, chips and dip. And by the way, the color of sour cream and onion dip should be the color of a crayon or paint. It's just a weird gray.
Yeah.
It's like a cloudy day gray. It's pollution gray is the color of sour cream and onion dip. What the hell is that shit?
Yeah. Who knows? It is, but whatever it is, it is.
It came in a thing that you peeled the foil back and it was just gray and disgusting, but it was the best. Okay. I like that. I want stuffed breads. Okay. That's about as fancy. I grew up with a bakery in my lineage. So we had a lot of stuffed pepperoni bread, broccoli bread, spinach bread. So there was a lot of breads. Okay. Fried mozzarella. Okay. Microwave though, or oven, nothing. I don't need any fancy, like you're saying. Like I want everything should fit. It should look like a soup kitchen, kind of like a fun, like soup kitchen in heaven. Okay. It's just an ugly plate of shit, but
paper plates.
Yes. Wings. If you're rich. Okay. Like nachos, a big old pile of just soggy ass nachos. Right?
Yep.
Let me ask you about nachos real quick. Are you a fan of nachos that are just kind of like everything's piled on top? Or like, do you like to be able to keep your chips crispy and dip each one almost like you're making an individual taco?
I prefer the individual dip. That's just me. But I've done everybody, hey, I'm getting ordering a thing of nachos. Everybody dig in. And I'll dig in for like the first couple, but then after that, it's just a mess.
That's an anxiety provoking moment when you're at a party and you pull the one nacho that just brings the entire meal with it. Like it's like a deliciousness crane where you're just it's like the cheese, the meat, everything, the olives, like everything goes. And you just
look, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. Everyone's looking at you like, what the fuck do you fat shit? You just ruined everybody's Shout out to my friend Tom Papa, amazing comedian. At the Cellar, we call him Tom Papa Nachos, where basically it's just a plate of the chips. And then you got your salsa, your meat, your onions, your tomatoes, your olives, everything in little individual bowls. And you kind of just make your own little plate.
There you go.
I love Tom's brilliant and he's a genius when it comes to those nachos. And me and my wife have now adopted when like we go out to eat every now and then she's like, want to get nachos? And I'm like, Tom Papa nachos, because I like to have, it's weird when you get just like one big gross soggy mess.
Yeah.
And then you got to put some back. Like what are we doing?
Yeah. I'm also not a big fan of everyone digging into the same.
Yes.
That's why I'll get my first two. Hey, and then I'm like, you guys take it from here.
Right. Absolutely. So chips, dip. I want Doritos. I want Fritos. I want to just like geek out like it's a 9-year-old birthday party.
Exactly.
During the Super Bowl. I have no interest in, trying caviar or doing flank steak with some aioli. No, thank you.
Like, what is going on here? What is this?
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you, I feel old. I don't like aioli. I don't like condiments that were invented after I was born.
There we go.
I'm not an aioli guy. Guess what? Millennials and whatever the hell else, Gen Alphas, and I heard of aioli in like 2007, maybe even later, 2012.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. It was mayonnaise and olive oil or some shit, right? And now it's aioli.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
There's certain things that like that kind of introduced itself, and I was like, has this been here the whole time? Because I don't remember any of this.
I don't think avocados were invented like in 2010.
Bro, pomegranates were invented like 3 years ago.
Exactly. Yep. Pomegranate and aioli got traded for mustard and tartar sauce.
Oh my God. I swear to God, we've never heard of a mango. If you weren't growing up in Brazil, you didn't know what a mango was until like 7 years ago. I mean, everything, when do these specific fruits just decide to like invade and take over the whole thing? And now every 23-year-old white woman in Brooklyn just ushers them into society.
That's it, man. That's it. You're right. And I love mango. Mango has taken the place of pineapple as my favorite fruit.
Yeah.
And I want to say, I look back and I wonder if I had mango my whole life, I wonder what would be different. Would I
What
have
would be
hair?
different?
I don't know. Would I have hair? Would I be more successful? Like mango is like a game changer, dude. When I'm feeling like, oh, can I and also acai,
Yeah. What? Ganzu?
I am hooked on an acai bowl. I love, dude, if you showed me chicken parm and an acai bowl, depending on the temperature and depending on the time of day, and if I got sleep that night, I might go acai bowl over chicken parm, dude.
Mm-hmm.
An acai bowl with, and the place I go, they know me. It's like Tom Papa nachos, but it's
Yeah.
like Mikey acai bowl. You know,
Yeah.
I walk in and they know. Granola on the bottom, acai, then a little more granola and Nutella, then more acai, and then shredded coconut, strawberry, banana, blueberry, and then a little bit more Nutella on the top. And it is just fucking, oh my God. But what the fuck? Acai is like, is that made in a lab?
Can you imagine your mother handing that to you as a as a child?
My head would have exploded. Instead, I got bread, butter, and sugar. Peanut butter and fluff.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. There's certain things that have entered into the lexicon that were not there when we were growing up. And I'm just like,
Absolutely not.
where did
Absolutely
this come
not.
from?
But yeah, a Super Bowl party was always a hoot, and it was cheap shit food, but it was a lot of it. And bagel pizzas was a big Super Bowl food for us too back then.
Yeah, we would do, I mean, back then, listen, we ordered a Bigfoot from Little Caesars.
Ooh.
And maybe some wings that came with it, and some Little Caesars wings, and we just went to town. And it was like
Garlic knots and shit.
Yeah. And we went to town, and that was it.
Hey, tell me what a Bigfoot is. I don't think I ever ate. Can I tell you? I don't think I've ever eaten Little Caesars once in my entire life.
Well, much like Pizza Hut, Little Caesars is not the Little Caesars of yesterday.
Oh, I bet.
Today is not the Little Caesars of yesterday. But when growing up, Little Caesars, which, fun fact, since it is February, just fun quick fact, the guy who invented Little Caesars, I believe it was either in Detroit or close to Detroit. That's why they have the Little Caesars Arena there. So that was like close to home. And he also like funded the boycott. Never mind, because I'll fuck it up. He did something big for like Black History, the guy. So I'll look it up later. But anywho, Little Caesars, they came out in the 90s with it was called the Bigfoot Pizza, and it was basically like, I mean, it might have been like 3 feet long. It wasn't round. It was more of a rectangular shape.
Like a paddle.
Yeah, but it was like, it was huge. Like damn near took up a damn dining room table.
I love that meeting, dude. I always love thinking about the origin of things.
Yeah.
And just imagine that board meeting, that Little Caesars board meeting.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, the commercials back then, like when the commercial came on, you would have thought, I mean, people's heads exploded because it was just a concept. It was like, wait, what is this? Yeah. I mean, and I think one of the commercials was like that whole, like the, what was it? The beginning of time, caveman.
Yeah.
Burr, burr, burr.
Bigfoot pizza.
Bigfoot pizza. And we're like, what?
Then he'd go, pizza. Pan. I remember pan. And he'd do his thing and the pizzas would flip.
Yeah.
That guy was an icon. Little Caesar.
Little Caesars, man. Yeah, it was good times. Good times.
I wonder if Little Caesars just wasn't an East Coast thing, but I don't remember seeing them around. I mean, Pizza Hut was like a restaurant. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just don't ever think I had Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have it. I mean, hey, there's still time.
Well, Little Caesars, shout out to Little Caesars because invented, but they made the $5 pizza popular. And listen, open mic Charles,
$5 anything, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God. Back at broke open mic Charles, is starving in New York, starving artists, them $5 pizzas, boy. And yeah, they came in handy. So shout out to Little Caesars. They have a special place in my heart.
Oh, that's amazing. Just like Christmas, where there are amazing Christmas songs, Charles, there is one particular Super Bowl song that gets my heart just pumping and moving. And I wonder if I play a little bit for you, if you'll get as nostalgic. Does this ring a bell?
Right.
We're so bad, we know we're good. Blowing your mind like we knew we would.
The Bears.
The Bears, dude. When athletes rap, the fuck,
bro. When athletes do anything other than athlete,
yeah, seriously, or ruin commercials.
I mean, athletes. We'll get to the Bears, but like just athletes in a commercial. I mean, it's almost like sometimes it's so bad that it makes it good.
Yeah.
Like Charles Barkley Taco Bell commercial is a classic to me, where he's just like, I mean, just so bad. They have the personality and the charisma of Whiteout. Like it's just
dude.
Terrible.
Gronk is like he's just so bad at talking.
Yeah.
He's in a commercial with Sam Elliott now about like USAA or something like that, I think, and it's just like, what are you doing, dude?
Bro, the only athlete I remember that I think had it was other than, I mean, Shaq is Shaq, so Shaq can Shaq it up in different commercials, but like Larry Johnson, Grandmama,
dude,
Converse, that now that was great.
I forgot about, dude. You're releasing some serotonin right now.
Mm-hmm.
Grandmama, Larry Johnson was the shit, dude.
He was the man, bro. I had a pair of Grandmamas. Oh man, he was the man. He's underrated now. He doesn't get mentioned like he should, but he was great. Yeah, but Grandmama, he did his thing. I can see him being like, no, I'm fully in character. This is
totally. That's super cool. I do think that the Spike Lee Jordan commercials were fun, and the Bo Jackson commercials.
Bo Jackson was great. Yeah,
because Bo knows. But the thing that was cool was that was more like, and this is what I liked about certain baseball cards, right? Like, and even headshots of us doing comedy. I don't like staring at a camera and smiling. I don't want to see my baseball player on a knee with a bat. I want to see him sliding into home.
Yeah.
I want to see him hitting a home run or diving over a fence or something like that. You know, I don't. Yeah. Bo knows was great because it was him playing all these, Bo swimming, Bo doing archery,
right?
Bo running track. You know, like Bo in a race car.
Yeah,
that was the best, dude.
Bo Jackson. I would be willing to go down die on this hill. Maybe top 3 greatest athletes of all time.
I would say easily probably the top. I mean, I don't know about ancient Greece and shit, but I mean, yeah, in our time, dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Bo knew.
Bo knew.
I 100% Bo knows. Yeah, Bo knew.
He knew.
Bo knew, dude. Absolutely. Super Bowl Shuffle was interesting because it was like it blended culture and like mainstream. Like the Super Bowl, nothing's bigger, right?
Right.
But rap was it's 1985, right? And you could hear that beat. I mean, it's off a Casio keyboard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is when like Bart Simpson was like rap. Everyone was rapping. Okay, like
yeah. But Bart Simpson, Simpsons also did a parody of this. By the way, there were so many parodies and spoofs done off of this thing.
Oh, it's the most spoofable thing, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's so fucking bad.
Yeah,
but it was. I'll tell you what. I had it on vinyl.
Bro. This thing went platinum. The video went platinum.
It reached number 41 on the Billboard Top 100.
Number 40. It was nominated for a Grammy.
Yep. The Super Bowl Shuffle, dude.
They lost to Prince. The only thing that could take them out was Prince. It's like when you think of greatest songs and songwriting and performance of all time, there's Prince and there's Super Bowl Shuffle.
William Refrigerator Perry
Bro,
and Walter Payton and Mike Singletary. Dude, everybody loved
Jim
that
McMahon.
team.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, everybody. I mean, it was just so fun, dude. And it was just like, I mean, talk about marketing and like getting everybody on your. I mean, people loved. Look, that was like everybody says Dallas Cowboys is like America's team or whatever. In that 1985, 86 pocket, it was like the New York Mets with baseball.
Yeah.
And the Chicago Bears in football. Everybody loved that team.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you had Refrigerator Perry was this like, he had a big gap in his teeth, a huge smile. He was the dude. He was the Refrigerator Perry. He would, when they handed him the ball and he would like run through,
Forget about it.
I mean, everybody loved it. He was the man.
He could run through a brick wall.
Walter Payton was sweetness, dude. I mean, everybody, God rest his soul. They still give out the Walter Payton Award at the end of every season on like the humanitarian award, essentially, right? Like what player did the most for the community and stuff like that.
That's great.
He was my mom was a Walter Payton fan. She was just like, dude, he's the best. He's sweetness. She bought his book. They wrote a book about his life recently and she bought it. Didn't read it yet, but and I mean, just that song was on incessantly. So how cool of like a thing to do with your like team. And they were playing the Patriots, which well,
Walter Payton, like, they were playing the Patriots. They almost went undefeated that season. They lost to Miami,
which is the only undefeated team.
Yeah,
ever.
Wow. Yeah,
ever. 72. Yeah,
so. That's crazy. They went on. They weren't supposed to They were supposed to do that. I think after or later in the season, they were supposed to do the Super Bowl Shuffle, and they did it earlier because they were raising money for like Thanksgiving. Like the money was raised for like Chicago, like for charity and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is dope because they raised like $300,000 in like '85. It was like
millions now.
Millions, yeah. But Peyton didn't want to do it. I mean, at that time, because they were like, we just coming off a loss. I don't want to do this. And I think it was Peyton and Jim McMahon. They didn't want to do it, and they didn't show up to the original shooting. Their scenes were shot separate because they were threatened with a lawsuit if they didn't do it. So they had to come back and like splice them in.
Now, now in 1985, this is one of those things that I don't know if it could be done again. I mean, like, is there going to be another Super Bowl Shuffle in our lifetime? Do you know what I mean? And what would it sound like? I mean, would it be just like a weird mumble rap? Would it be rap was so cheesy and just one note? You could do that then, you know what I mean? And it was just so like rap was in this like weird phase of like real rap was badass, Run DMC and everything, but there was this like, let's be white people rap that was just kind of came with your Casio and you hit a button and everybody, my name is Mike and I'm here to say, like all that dumb bullshit. And this was all that, dude. Moms could listen to the Super Bowl Shuffle.
It was amazing, bro. This was, I don't know which came first, but there was also that commercial, the basketball version, the Converse commercial. It had like Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, I think Patrick Ewing, like.
Yeah, I think Super Bowl Shuffle was first.
And so maybe they piggybacked off of this. Yeah. But it's the same thing. It's cringe, bro.
Oh, God.
Cringe.
It's so bad. But I'll tell you what, that's my Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer of February, dude. You got to listen to every Super Bowl at least once. I played the Super Bowl Shuffle.
I might be saying his name wrong, but do you remember Juan Barrage? He played for the Minnesota Twins. No. I don't know if that name rings a bell, but he came out with a version of his own type of like shuffle type song because it was mad people putting out songs.
Everybody was, yeah.
And his was called the Barrage Boogie.
Really, dude?
I'm not gonna lie. It's check it out when like you can hear the if they can do it, I can do it in this.
Let's hear a little bit more of the Super Bowl shuffle. Ready?
Yeah.
Super Bowl shuffle. Amazing, dude. Amazing. Sweetness. Running the ball is like making romance. How family friendly was that? And I was running around making romance with the Super Bowl shuffle, dude. I'd score a touchdown and I would just be doing the Super Bowl shuffle in my driveway. And it was, I mean, a part of my childhood. Like this album and this song. Oh my God. It was so important.
Yeah.
God, I loved it.
I mean, news anchors were doing it. I mean, it just took over the world.
You're just doing the Super Bowl shuffle. Boom, boom, boom. I'd like to see a now version of it and how horrible it would be. I would probably hate
I
it.
don't even know if it would be. I mean, what is it? Is rap? Because rap kind of fell off as the top genre of music.
Oh, now it would be some crap country. It would be like cold beer and a Friday night with my truck and the Chiefs, and Taylor Swift would be involved. And,
yeah. It'd be a whole thing.
Forget it. I don't want it anymore.
It'd be a whole thing, man.
We'll just keep it. We'll keep it with the 85 Bears. Shout out to the 85 Bears.
So this year, Kendrick Lamar is performing the halftime show. Do you have a memorable halftime show performance? Were you a guy to look forward to the halftime performances growing up, or was it not a big deal?
Janet Jackson.
Was it your favorite before or after the performance?
It begins and ends with Janet Jackson. Thank you, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Bro, I remember watching it in real time and not thinking that it was that big a deal. It wasn't until the aftermath where I was like, wait, like what? Like,
isn't that weird sometimes when that happens and you kind of go like, oh, whoa, her titty popped out. And then you go, well, there's choreography and that's where we are in the world and whatever. And then on the news the next day, it's like an outrage. There's just like Janet Jackson's breast was pulled. And it was like, yeah, it was, dude. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, man.
I never thought I'd love football more.
Let's see, what year was that? Because I think was I in college?
Oh, it was definitely I think I was out of college. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like college. Because the only reason I asked it is like, I may or may not have had a still frame photo of that infamous moment.
2004.
Yeah.
I was out of school. That was amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm trying to think. Like when I was a little kid, I don't really remember a lot of the halftime shows because I was outside playing or it was eating time. Like that was when we would really my mom would plan the main course, like bake ziti or something, or meatball subs or whatever the hell on halftime. Like that would be, so we'd be coming back in and it would be like, oh, cool, Tom Petty or whatever. Like who the hell, I don't know. But it was, Kendrick's going to be cool. It's just so much now. I mean, it's just so like over the top and you just watch it to hate it. It doesn't matter who it is.
I'm going to give you mine. So as a kid, backstory. So the Super Bowl used to have real shitty halftime. It didn't really have a halftime.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing. It would be like a high school band.
Right.
And then one year In Living Color, shout out to In Living Color, came on, had like a special on Fox during the Super Bowl halftime slot.
Yeah.
And there was such a major shift in viewership from the Super Bowl to Fox during that In Living Color special that they did.
I remember hearing about this.
That the Super Bowl, NFL was like, oh, fuck this. Never again. And the next year they had Michael Jackson as their halftime show performance. So
They're like, can we have, yeah, they're like, can we somehow put Michael Jackson and Alf in a cannon and just like, yeah, make the best thing happen?
just
Yeah.
launched them into oblivion. So yeah, I remember as a kid, I think it
I
was
remember
like
the Michael
might
Jackson
have been
one,
like
absolutely.
93 or 94, but it was like I remember being like, wait, what? Michael Jackson performing? It was like like everybody. It was the biggest thing in the whole world. But my personal favorite of all time performance, Prince, hands down.
Yeah.
Prince singing Purple Rain in the rain.
Insane. Yeah, that's like, yeah, you couldn't have choreographed that better. It's almost like the NFL told God, give us a little bit of rain to make purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, it's one of the greatest. I can watch that to this day. It's one of the greatest performances of all time.
Whitney Houston's Star Spangled Banner was just, I mean, that's etched in my memory as like what an unbelievable job she did. And just like, I mean, I think that's such a hard, weird song to have to hit. Like, I mean, just it's such an oddly, like, you could tell it was written in like on a boat by someone that was seasick and whatever the fuck. I mean, and now you gotta still sing it.
Yeah.
And every eye is on you. It's literally the song that's got like the most pressure on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, like it's just all so like anytime it's played or anytime you're doing it, you're being scrutinized to like that's the beginning of American Idol, was like singing the national anthem at sporting events.
Bro, well, the thing is, you have to, the trick to that is, not that I'm some singer, but my mom's a singer, and she would sing the national anthem at different events or whatever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And so the key is, or the trick is, you have to start low because it ends so high that if you start to, if you might think in your brain, oh, I'm starting at a normal key, but then by the time you get to "In the Rocket," you know that part.
Yeah.
Oh no, I started too high. So you have to start, even if you're like a soprano, you have to start like kind of in a.
You got to go. Oh, say.
Yeah. You got to get low.
No one cares about the first. Oh, say. You could flub the fuck out of that. But by the time "And the Rockets' Red Glare," "And the Rockets' Red Glare" is literally the most criticized 5 words in the history of America and language, whatever. Like everyone's watching that with a clipboard going, all right, we'll take it. Or, oh, fuck. Watching bad national anthems is a fun wormhole, dude. It is there's a lot of horrible ones. You watch them like minor league sports where they let like somebody won it at the grocery store, like in Ottawa or some shit. You know?
Yeah. Woo.
But yeah, Whitney Houston's that's the best one ever. And like I think like rockets came out of her eyes and like jets flew out of everywhere, and it was just like the most perfect, beautiful America peaked at that moment, I think.
Yeah. Another one that I'll just throw in real quick is Marvin Gaye at the All-Star Game.
Damn,
that's one you remember that. I've never seen it. Yeah, if you've never seen it, Marvin Gaye at the NBA All-Star Game is pretty cool because he does it. He's the only person I can think of that can do it in a complete. It doesn't even sound like the national anthem as far as like the way it sounds. He completely remixed the national anthem, and everybody was like, "Yeah, it's Marvin Gaye."
Sick. Yeah. That's a thing that needs to be updated. It just sing it different. Maybe we should start doing Marvin Gaye's version. Did you ever hear Roseanne's?
Of course. I remember that was one of the first cancel them moments.
Outrage.
Before cancel was like a thing. Like that was like, I mean, the entire country hated her guts, it seemed like, when that happened. That was crazy. And then she spit on the ground. It was like a whole thing, bro. I remember as a kid being like, holy cow.
Yep. And you know what that turned into? No more Roseanne in this house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, that show wasn't really something that my folks loved me watching anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they were the most, like, I could identify probably the most with that family. Like, all the other families were so rich, you know what I mean? But no Roseanne. But after that, it was definitely no Roseanne, for sure.
I remember.
I still think my favorite Star Spangled Banner, and it would be ever hard to beat, is Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock.
Oh.
I mean, why sing it when you could just let your hands scream it, dude?
Bro. Oh, yeah. I mean, icon.
So great. So great. When Well, yeah, shout out to the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl shuffle. And hey, what were your Super Bowl parties like, all you old heads? What's your favorite Super Bowl Sunday halftime celebration? What traditions did you have? Did you gamble? Would you guys do the boxes where you'd like, everybody would pick a box and that would be the score? Did you do that at all, Charles?
No, we weren't a huge gambling family back then. It was just kind of like we just rock out. I mean, at least maybe my uncles did, but
this was like acceptable gambling. Even kids could do it. You just like put in $10 and you got a square.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if the score added up to that number, you won the pool.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So
No,
it was neat.
that.
It was
Cool.
Yeah, it was probably the beginning of the end for some people, you know?
Could trace it back to where it all started. It was Super Bowl 1993.
That's it. But send it to us, guys, at areweoldpodcast@gmail.com. We hope you enjoyed this Super Bowl. And who do you like? Do you like Philly or do you like the Chiefs? What are you thinking, Charles? Do you have any skin in this at all, or
Chiefs are gonna take it? What do we? I got this.
Okay, well, I'm telling you,
I think the script right here. All right, already, it's been leaked.
You'd have it already, and it's highlighted.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it totally is fixed, but I think Philadelphia's taking it, bro. I'm going fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go green.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Well, let's do it. Let's see.
Everybody, thank you so much. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and thank you for just being here with us and going through all of it together with us. Again, at Are We Old on all the socials, at Mike Fenoya, MikeFenoya.com for all my stand-up dates.
Charles McBee. And yeah, man, thank you so much. Stay young, everybody.